Tanya, and today I am going to talk about 5 must read classic literature books which are very easy to follow and have a very interesting storyline. And you should start with these if you want to get into classic literature. And I have read my fair share of classic literature books, so I know how difficult it is sometimes and how frustrating it is to read those heavy sentences. So if you want to start getting into it, these are the books you should start with. So number 1, we have Wuthering Heights. Now please don't say that you've seen the movie so you won't read the book, because that movie is nothing close to the book, because it's a very beautiful book about revenge, family, obsession, and the way that Bronte has written these characters. Like the way she has written those characters, you will start to grow resentment towards Heathcliff. You will start to develop maybe sympathy towards him. It is so beautifully worded, and you won't feel like you are reading something very heavy. And the storyline is so good. I would definitely recommend to you if you want to begin with something dramatic and dark at the same time. In case you like this Bronte's book, then you can try another Bronte's book, Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre also I loved. Now in the beginning it might get a little repetitive or boring because it's very descriptive and not many things are happening in the first half. But once you get to the plot twist, like once Jane Eyre discovers, okay, I won't say a lot about it, but when she actually begins her job as a governess, and then that's when the story gets interesting, and then you can't put that book down. Okay, number 2, we have Little Women. And I'm not talking about Little Women like you say that you must have you must have read Little Women in grade 4 or grade 5. That was just the short version. You won't you can't compare that to what May Alcott has actually written. And so I had issued this book from my school's library, and it was this thick because it had Little Women and Good Vibes both merged. Good Vibes is the second part of Little Women, where we get to know about the marriages of the sisters and how their lives progress. Like, I was sobbing when that one scene happened. Like, you will get to know when it happens. And I was laughing with them when the March sisters were having fun, and when they were forgetting the toils of their life, when they're I won't reveal a lot, like I can't talk without giving spoilers. So but Little Women is a must read, and you will connect to the lives of those girls a lot if you're also a teenage girl like them. You will connect to them so much if you are ambitious like Jo, or if you are a little delicate like May, and if you are a little rebellious like Amy. You will love these characters and you will fall in love with them as you progress through the book. You will grow very connected to them. Like, when I finished that book, I was like, why has it finished? How they still stay cheerful, and how they continue to remain happy, continue to find joy in the small things in life. They continue to be kind to their neighbors, even when their father is in war, and even when they're on a tight budget, they still find a way to help people, and that's very heartwarming. So Little Women is a must read, bro. Like, even if you don't want to read classic literature, just read Little Women. You will love it. And when you've read it, then I would recommend you to watch the movie by Greta Gerwig, because I really loved it. Like, the ending was a little off. It was not what was in the book. Like, the ending I didn't like very much, but the characters, the actors have played the characters so well. The casting is immaculate. After you've read the book, of course, you can go watch that movie also, because it's great. Third, we have A Tale of Two Cities. Now, it's by Charles Dickens, so we come to a male author now. Charles Dickens' books are a little descriptive. He can go on describing things for pages and pages, but I would recommend you not to skip those pages, because that description will allow you to get tied to that book in a way that you imagine yourself in that setting, and you're able to see accurately for what the characters are living in. Now, Tale of Two Cities, why I particularly picked this book. I've read multiple Charles Dickens books, but why I'm recommending this one to you is because of its storyline. Like, you know why classic literature people usually don't like? It's because of, maybe I think that, because I used to think that it's very descriptive and there's no story, and the story is only this much, description is this much. But A Tale of Two Cities was mind blowing. There are so many storylines going on parallel to each other. There are so many things happening simultaneously that you can't get bored. And then how the different stories connect together, and how the French Revolution is displayed, what havoc it wreaked on the innocent, and the whole thing is beautiful. And then that big twist that we get to know is also beautiful. It has romance, it has war, drama, and resurrection, everything. So A Tale of Two Cities is a definite read. Number 4, we have a cliche. It's Pride and Prejudice. Now I know everybody must have seen that movie in which Keira Knightley plays Elizabeth Bennet, and everybody must have loved it. I loved it too. I watched it 4-5 times because it was that good. Mr. Darcy and Elizabeth Bennet's chemistry is beautiful in that movie. So of course that movie is good, but I will recommend you, if you haven't watched that movie yet, please first you should read the book, then you should go for the movie, because the book has such mind-blowing sentences. Like, I don't know how Jane Austen writes this, because I remember, like, this is one line that I remembered that time. And I was telling everybody, look how beautifully she has it. She wrote, the cheek of one's color turned red while the others turned grey, or so it was something along the lines of this, and that was so beautiful. Like, I was like, how is she able to think of lines like these? And I have read Sense and Sensibility as well by Jane Austen, but I think if you want to start reading Jane Austen, then you should definitely start with Pride and Prejudice, because Sense and Sensibility might get a little more complex, might get a little more melancholy, but Pride and Prejudice, no chance. Last one, the 5th one we have, is a short story by Dostoevsky. I think you know what I'm going to say. It's White Knight. This 5th recommendation is not by me. This is by my cousin. I am yet to read it. She said that it was a beautiful read, and it had very simple lines. You won't have to rack your brain to understand them, but still you will appreciate how well they are written. And it's about a love story, unrequited love and loneliness and all that. So I am not able to give you a very good feedback on that. I'm yet to read it. You also tell me how you liked it in the comments, but this is one feedback suggestion that I got from my cousin. So yes, those were the 5 books that you should definitely read if you want to start with classic literature. And yeah, I hope you act upon these suggestions and don't just watch the video and watch the movies. Please, first you should read the books, then watch the movies. Then you will appreciate the books even more. No, I'm kidding. The movies are good. Some of them are good. Not the first one. Okay. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you want more book content, because I've read a number of books, if you want more book content, then please tell me. Thank you for watching. Bye.